Today's video, we are going to talk about secrets to increase your credit score 200 points in 60 days. Hi everyone, Financially Free Dee here, and we are in the year 2023. So I want you to become financially free with me. And how are we going to do that? We are going to do that with getting our personal credit in order. Personal credit is the foundation to credit and building wealth. You need to have your personal credit in order to scale, in order to expand, in order to go after large numbers. So I'm going to be talking to you all of this quarter about personal credit scores, personal credit cards, and anything else that you all would like to see about personal credit. So today, in today's video, we are going to talk about secrets to increase your credit score 200 points in 60 days. That's in 2 months. Listen. If you listen to my story, if you've watched any of my interviews, if you've been following my channel for some time now, you will know that I am a person who raised my credit score 175 points in less than 60 days. And I did it with two very strategic ways that I am going to talk to you guys about today. Okay, so if this is something that you are interested in seeing, please tune in and we're going to jump right into the video. So number one of the biggest things that affect most people when it comes to their personal credit scores and their personal credit reports is collections. Collections. You have to get rid of your collections. Many people in America have medical collections. Medical collections have ruined lots of people's credit, have put people in a situation where without these collections, they would probably have an 800 credit score. So I'm going to talk to you about how collections affect your credit and some things that you can do to help you get rid of them and actually resolve the situation. So one thing that you may not know is how severely collections actually affect your credit. So every collection that you have on your credit costs you about 15 to 23 points. If you have 5 collections on your credit, that's 75 points. And those collections could be only $50, $75, $100. And a lot of people think that it matters the amount, but really it's the fact that it's a collection, no matter the amount, that's really hurting you. So if you are a person who has a medical collection, number one, you need to think back to that time frame and find out if you actually had insurance at that time. If you had insurance and you can show proof that you had insurance, you can send that proof of insurance to the creditor and they will have to remove the collection as they investigate and talk to your insurance. So if you are one of those people who had insurance, I hear lots of people I've had consultations with tell me, hey Dee, I had insurance during that time and they still put a collection on my account. If you can get proof that you had insurance, send it to the creditor, send it to the person who put the collection on your account and let them know you want that collection removed while they investigate. I have done that in the past and that raised my credit score 100 points. Okay, that's number one. Number two, these creditors are not allowed to actually sell your debt. So if a medical collection person, we're just using medical collections as an example, if a hospital sells your debt, they could be in violation of HIPAA. And so they cannot sell your debt without your permission. So what you need to do is you need to send a debt validation letter to the company for each collection that you have. They need to validate this debt. You do not confirm that you owe this debt. You make them validate it. Do not give them any information about you. You make them validate what they actually have on file. If it is not accurate, if the debt cannot be validated and verified, then they must remove it from your credit report. If majority of people done this, then you would have a higher credit score. So just put a little effort into getting your, as I tell you all in every single video, first step that you should do is you should have a credit report from each bureau, TRANSUNION, EQUIFAX, and EXPERIAN. Go through those credit reports with a fine-tooth comb and identify what issues may be on your credit report. After you do that, then if you identify that you have collections that have not been validated, you need to send a debt validation letter to the company for each collection that you have and make them validate it. If they cannot validate it within 30 days, they must remove it. They must respond within 30 days. So if you get no response, it must be removed, okay? Next, as I told you, these people are not allowed to just sell your debt. They need your permission. So if they gave away sensitive information that violates HIPAA or things of that nature, then they must remove the debt. Okay? Another thing that is very, very, very important that you all need to be mindful of is that medical collections are going to be removed if it's under $500 this year. This year, they are going to be removed. So a lot of people are actually willing to take them off early because they know that they're going to be removed. So if you're one of those people who has a medical collection that is less than $500, I would reach out to the company and I would see if they will remove it, because they're going to have to remove it anyway. If you have other types of collections, they still must validate the debt. They still must get permission to sell your debt. Okay, so you want to be sure to use these debt validation letters to your benefit. Okay, now the second thing that you can do to raise your score 200 points in 60 days is a strategy for bringing down your credit utilization. I had a big interview that I talked to you guys about this, and you're going to hear me say these things because I've experienced them. I have worked with many of my clients to help them get out of these situations as well. So if you bring your credit utilization down between 2 and 9%, that could raise your credit score 50, 75 points. This is a true situation that I was personally in. When my credit score was 645, I paid my utilization down to 1% and my credit score went up 100 points. I could show you this. So very important, if you are a person who can somehow get your utilization down on your credit cards, do a debt snowball effect, have a strategy, do a pledge loan, get your savings. There's a bunch of different ways to skin a cat. There's a bunch of different strategies that you can use to get your utilization down. I would suggest that you do so because your credit utilization is 30% of your credit score. Okay? Also, other things that you want to do is make sure all your accounts are current. You don't want to have any 30 days late, any 60 days late, anything that is derogatory. You need to make sure all of your accounts are paid as agreed, paid on time. Okay? So when you do that, that helps to increase your credit score over time. Credit is based on an algorithm. So the more positive payments that you have, if you continuously have positive payments month after month after month, your credit score is going to continue to increase. So another strategy that you can use to actually raise your credit score is to add new unsecured lines of credit, positive reporting accounts. You want to add that. You don't want to go crazy because you want to have a bunch of new accounts at one time. But if you start to eliminate or average out positive paying accounts from the negative paying accounts, the positive are going to outweigh the negative. So your credit score is going to go up. Okay? Another thing that you want to be very mindful of is a bunch of hard inquiries in a short period of time. That is going to make you look like you're doing something called credit seeking. When lenders identify that you are credit seeking, they are going to deny you automatically. It doesn't matter if you meet the criteria. It doesn't matter if you make the income. It doesn't matter if your credit score is good. If you apply for a whole bunch of things and get a bunch of hard inquiries at one time, you will be denied for credit seeking. So very important that you keep your credit hard inquiries down to a minimal, because they affect your credit score. Not only your score, but your approval odds. And we want good credit so that we can get approved for more credit. That's the whole reason for having good credit. Also, if you don't know, your personal credit score can affect whether you get a job, can affect whether you have a place to live, your residence. So it's not just for entrepreneurship. It's not just for business ownership. It's not just for getting other people's money. It also affects your livelihood. So if you want to raise your credit score 200 points in 60 days, I would advise you to start with those two major steps, because that could essentially bring you from a 500 to a 700 or a 600 to an 800 like it did for me. So if you enjoyed this video, if you love this, if you want to know more strategies and more secrets on how to increase your credit score, how to get higher credit limits, how to do more with your personal credit, please be sure to put that down in the comment section. Let me know what you want to see. If you love this video, make sure you like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you hit the notification bell and share this video with anyone that you know needs to raise their credit score today. If you apply these methods that I just told you, you can begin to raise your credit score today. So I'm wishing you all a financially free 2023. Join me, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.